students, nice to see you again. Now today in this video we are going to discuss the chapter in detail, the chapter The Tiger King. In the first part of the video, in the earlier video, we had discussed a bit about the author, Kalki, and in a very summarized way the introduction of the chapter was given to you. Now today in this video I shall be discussing the chapter and I have divided the chapter into number of points. So I will go through point wise and I'll explain you the chapter in the manner of the points. So let's discuss the chapter. So in the earlier video we had already discussed the main characters of the story, and I'm recalling the main characters again this video so that it can be recalled by you also. The first main character is the Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram, who was named as Sir Jilani Jung Bahadur, and later he was known as the Tiger King. Second was the chief astrologer who made the predictions and prophesied something about the Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram. And the third main character in the story is the Diwan of the Maharaja. So in the first paragraph of your chapter, what is given: the Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram is the hero of this story, and he also came to be known as Tiger King. Now the Maharaja is known by many names but is often called Tiger King in the whole chapter, and the author says that everybody who reads about the Maharaja is tempted to meet him, but unfortunately he is already dead, and his myth continues to fascinate people. So this is a very humorous kind of a touch that the author has given in the beginning of the chapter. When he was born, the astrologers foretold that he will grow up to be a warrior of warriors and hero of heroes, but one day he will have to meet his death. Now this was a very common kind of a prophecy that anyone who has taken a birth in this will have to die one day. So this was not a different kind of prophecy. There was no newness in this prophecy. And when he was prophesying, the chief astrologer was prophesying this thing, at the very moment a miracle took place. The baby prince starts questioning the astrologers and he wants to know the manner of his death. So the chief astrologer tells him that because he is born in the hour of the bull, the reason of his death would be a tiger, because bull and tiger are enemies. So the child is not even scared. In fact, he wants the tigers to be beware. So this was the prophecy about the Tiger King, and the miracle was that he was only 10 days old, but he started speaking and raising the question to the chief astrologer. So this was the miracle about the Tiger King. Now the next thing that is given in few of the next paragraphs, are that prince childhood and the killing of the first tiger. Now what the prince has started doing, that he has started grown into taller and stronger day by day. His childhood was uneventful as compared to his birth. Like other princes in India, the prince drank the milk of an English cow, was looked after by an English nanny, tutored in English by an Englishman, and saw nothing but English films. And he was crowned as the king at the age of 20. The astrologer's prediction slowly reached to his ears, and he goes on a tiger hunt and kills his first tiger. Now elated by his feat, he sent for the state astrologer. The astrologer again warns the king that the prophecy is right and he may kill 99 tigers, but the 100th tiger will prove to be fatal for him. Now with this, the young king wanted to show the astrologer that he was not afraid of the tiger at all, and when he killed the first tiger, he had sent the dead body of the tiger to the astrologer because he wanted to show that I am not afraid at all and I can kill the tiger. It is not the tiger who will kill me, but I have killed the tiger. This is what he wanted to show the astrologer. So there the astrologer said that the Maharaja is very delighted, but he warned that it would be the 100th tiger that would kill him. And the astrologer was so confident of his prediction that he said that if his prediction did not turn out to be true, he would give up his profession. And further he said that I'll promise the Tiger King that I'll cut off my head tuft, and I'll burn all the astrology books, and I'll become an insurance agent. So this was the promise that the astrologer had made to the Tiger King, that if my prophecy would go wrong, I'll lift this profession of astrology. So this is how the Tiger King hunt begins. Okay, and the Maharaja bans tiger hunting in his state, and a proper proclamation was issued by him that if anyone dared to fling so much as a stone at the tiger, all his wealth and property would be confiscated. That means no one in the state was allowed for the tiger hunt. Okay, the Tiger King had banned the tiger hunt. So the king was adamant to prove the prediction wrong and vowed to attend to all other matters only after killing 100 tigers. And he had faced many dangers on the quest. The bullet missed its mark, the tiger leapt upon him, and he had to fight the best beast. Fight the beast with his bare hands, and each time it was the Maharaja who won. So basically he had faced many troubles and dangers, but he was adamant to kill 99 tigers because this was the challenge given to him by the chief astrologer, that he may kill even 99 tigers, but the 100th one would be the fatal for the tiger. So the Maharaja was always victorious. And why it was happening? Because of his obsession, that once he had almost lost his throne. And what had happened? The next point is, the Maharaja comes in danger of losing his kingdom, bribes to save it. Now whom he had bribed? He had bribed the British officer, because he was also very fond of hunting the tiger. Now what happened one day, that a high ranking British officer visits Pratibandhapuram with a wish to hunt tigers, and he is very fond of getting his pictures clicked with his victims. So the Maharaja is resolute, because he himself had passed the proclamation that nobody is allowed to kill the tiger in the forest of Pratibandhapuram. Only the Maharaja was entitled to kill the tiger. So he refuses permission. He did not allow the British officer to kill the tiger in the forest of Pratibandhapuram. He feels that if he relented, other British officers will turn up with the same request. So if he'll allow one British officer, the other would stood up for the same kind of request. So he wanted to say no. He wanted to keep away this kind of request from the British officer. Now he felt that he was in danger. Why? Because he felt that British officer has become angry, and he will make out his way to show his anger, and his throne is in danger now. So he stands in danger of losing his kingdom. So after many deliberations with his divan over the issue, they came up with a plan. And they came up with the plan. The plan was that the 50 diamonds rings were sent to the officer's wife just to make her happy. And when she will become happy, she will convince her husband, British officer, not to create any kind of harm or hurt the Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram. So this was the plan. So the Maharaja expects that she would choose 1 or 2 rings, but the greedy lady keeps the whole lot. And the bride cost him 3 lakh rupees. But at least his kingdom was saved, because he had made the wife and the British officer happy after bribing his wife. The next thing that is given in the story is the scheme to kill the remaining tigers. Now the tiger hunt continued for 10 years, and the Maharaja was able to kill 70 tigers. Then the tiger population became extinct in the forest of Pratibandhapuram, but the Maharaja had another plan. He called the Diwan and expressed his desire to get married to a girl from the royal family of a state with a large tiger population. So the Diwan, in compliance with his orders, found the right girl from a state which possessed a large number of tigers. So Maharaja Jang Bahadur killed 5 or 6 tigers each time he visited his father-in-law. Soon he was able to kill 99 tigers, but by then the tigers had become extinct even in his father-in-law's kingdom. So the Maharaja now became even more uneasy and desired to kill that one single beast and get over his fears. He could then give up tiger hunting, but unfortunately the 100th tiger could not be found. So the Maharaja was sunk in gloom, and one day when he heard that in his own state the sheep had begun to disappear from a hillside village, his hopes began to rise. He was so delighted that he announced a 3-year exemption from all taxes for the village and set out to find the tiger. But it was all in vain. So the Maharaja was furious, and many officers lost their jobs in their inability to find the tiger. And in his wrath, in his anger, he also ordered the Diwan to double the land tax there in the village. The next thing that is happening in the story is the Diwan arranges the 100th tiger to escape the Maharaja's ire. Now Diwan was very worried, and he brought a tiger from the People's Park in Madras and kept it hidden in his house. At midnight, the Diwan and his wife dragged the tiger to the car and drove to the forest where the Maharaja was hunting. With great difficulty, the Diwan pushed it out of the car. So this is how the last tiger was arranged by Diwan. And the next day, this old tiger wandered into the Maharaja's presence. The Maharaja shot at the beast and the tiger fell to the ground. The overjoyed Maharaja ordered the tiger to be brought to the capital in a grand procession. And after the Maharaja left, the hunters realized that the tiger was not dead. The last tiger was not dead by the king. It had merely fainted from the shock of the bullet that had missed it closely. So for the fear of losing their job, they decided to keep this truth from the Maharaja, and they decided not to tell this thing to Maharaja. One of the hunters shot the tiger dead. So basically the last tiger was not killed by Maharaja, but it was killed by one of his hunters. So then, as ordered by the king, they took the dead tiger in the procession through the town and buried, and a tomb was erected over it.